Welcome, my favorite people, the rare gems. The strongest presence is often the quietest one. There are women whose presence immediately catches your attention, not because they demand it, but because everything about them feels intentional, grounded, and genuine. Men notice them instantly, often before they even speak. It is not loud energy or flashy behavior that makes them stand out. It is the calm confidence, the steady energy, and the way they carry themselves with quiet assurance. There is a rare quality in these women that draws people in without effort, a magnetic sense that something about them is different from the ordinary. Men notice the subtle things first. The way she listens fully, giving attention that feels rare and sincere. The way she moves, deliberate yet natural, as if every action has meaning. The way her presence influences the energy around her, making people adjust themselves without realizing it. Even silence around her is not empty. It is comfortable, layered with awareness and strangely inviting. Her conversations are measured and meaningful, her words chosen for impact rather than filler. What makes her unforgettable is that she is consistent in her authenticity. There is no pressure to impress, no need to perform, and no frantic chase for attention. Men feel intrigued because she challenges them to match her clarity, thoughtfulness, and presence. She is a quiet puzzle that makes people pay attention, not because she commands it, but because she embodies a rare blend of confidence, depth, and emotional intelligence. This introduction sets the stage for exploring the first things men notice about such women. These qualities are subtle yet powerful, and they reveal why men are drawn to her in ways that are immediate, instinctive, and unforgettable. Let's dive deeper into it, the rare gems. Number 1. She does not try to win people. Men notice she allows connections to form naturally instead of forcing them. Many women grow up believing they must work hard to be liked. They adjust their tone, change their interests, and shape themselves to fit whatever people around them expect. A Sigma woman moves differently. She does not chase closeness or try to convince anyone that she is worth knowing. She understands something many people learn only after life has exhausted them. Any connection that must be pushed or managed will eventually fall apart on its own. Men notice this immediately, even if they cannot put it into words. There is a quiet honesty in the way she relates with people. She gives room for curiosity instead of pressure. She lets conversations flow instead of trying to be impressive. When someone is meant to stay, the bond grows almost effortlessly. When someone is not meant for her, the distance speaks before she does. You can see this in simple moments. For example, if a man tries too hard to show off, she does not respond with fake excitement. She lets him be himself, and either the energy matches or it fades. There is no disappointment in her. She trusts that what is real will reveal itself. This approach shocks many men because they are used to attention coming with expectation. They expect pursuit, praise, or attempts to please. Instead, they meet a woman who offers peace. She is present but not demanding. She listens without trying to direct the connection. She allows people to show who they truly are before making any emotional investment. This alone makes men relax around her. There is no pressure to perform, no need to pretend, no fear of being judged too quickly. What makes her unforgettable is that she treats relationships like living things. She knows they grow best in open space, not in tight hands. She understands that a connection built on honesty will feel light, while one built on effort will feel heavy. Men notice her patience. They notice her emotional maturity. They notice that she waits for authentic energy, the same way a gardener waits for real growth, rather than forcing seeds to sprout before their time. By allowing people to come to her naturally, she reminds men of a simple truth. Real bonds are not chased, they are recognized. Number 2. She never rushes to fill awkward spaces. Men notice that she is comfortable with pauses and that confidence is rare. Number 3. Her energy is steady and controlled. She walks in with a natural command that does not need noise or theatrics. There is a certain type of woman whose presence speaks before she even opens her mouth. Not because she tries to dominate the space, but because everything about her carries a quiet steadiness that people instantly feel. Her energy is controlled in a way that is rare in a world where many people rely on volume, drama, and exaggerated confidence to be noticed. Men pick up on this almost immediately because it creates a different kind of atmosphere around her. Her energy moves like still water, calm, clear, and strong. She is not easily shaken, and that alone captures attention. For example, imagine she walks into a gathering where everyone is loud and trying to outshine each other. She does not attempt to match their energy or compete for recognition. Her steps are relaxed. Her posture is grounded. Her face carries a sense of inner balance. Without doing anything extravagant, she naturally becomes the person people wonder about. This steady energy also shows up in the way she reacts to situations. When someone tries to provoke her or pull her into chaos, she does not snap back or lose composure. She listens with patience, responds with clarity, and stays in control of herself. Men find this especially attractive because it is rare to meet someone who is not ruled by outside noise. It signals maturity, it signals strength. A good example is when she is in a conversation with someone who is emotional or agitated. Instead of matching that tension, she slows everything down. Her tone stays steady. Her body language remains open. She does not get dragged into unnecessary arguments. She anchors the moment with her calm, and people instinctively adjust themselves around her. What makes her unforgettable is that her energy communicates something powerful without a single word. It says she knows who she is. It says she is not afraid of silence or intensity. It says she does not need to put on a show for anyone. Men notice this steady command because it feels refreshing. It feels real. It feels like someone who lives with intention rather than reaction. And in a world full of noise, a woman whose energy is grounded becomes the one people cannot ignore. Number 4. She listens with full presence. Men notice that she pays attention without pretending, which makes them open up easily. In a world where people listen with half their mind and the rest scattered across their worries, their phones, and their insecurities, a woman who listens with full presence stands out instantly. Men notice this because it is rare to meet someone who is not just hearing words, but truly paying attention. She does not nod mindlessly or give empty reactions. Her focus is steady. Her eyes stay connected. Her body language tells you she is right there with you, not somewhere else in her thoughts. This kind of presence creates a quiet safety around her. People feel understood before they even finish speaking. Men especially feel this difference because many of them are used to being listened to out of politeness rather than real interest. With her, the experience is completely different. She listens not to reply, but to understand. Imagine a man talking about his stressful day at work. Most people would give quick comments, joke about it, or try to end the conversation fast. She does something different. She leans in slightly, stays silent long enough for him to express himself fully, and when she finally responds, it is thoughtful. It is clear she actually absorbed his words. That moment alone can make a man feel seen in a way he is not used to. Her presence also removes the pressure to impress. When she listens, she does not judge or interrupt. She does not rush to fix the problem. She gives space for someone to speak honestly. This makes it easy for men to open up about things they usually keep quiet. They feel comfortable being real because she invites authenticity without forcing it. What makes her unforgettable is not what she says, but what she makes people feel. Her attention has depth. It has warmth. It has respect. She makes people realize how powerful simple presence can be when it comes from a genuine heart. Men walk away from conversations with her feeling lighter, clearer, and more comfortable in their own skin. And that is why they never forget the way she listens. Number 5. She moves with purpose. Men sense that nothing she does is random or influenced by the crowd. Most people drift through their days without thinking about why they do what they do. They follow trends, copy what others are doing, and make choices based on comfort or pressure. A Sigma woman is different. Her life feels intentional, almost like every step she takes has a quiet meaning behind it. Men notice this immediately because it gives her an air of direction many people do not possess. When she moves, she does not rush or wander. Her actions match her values. Her decisions match her long-term thinking. She does not live on impulse. She lives with intention. This does not mean she is rigid or overly serious. It means she carries an inner compass that keeps her aligned even when the world tries to pull her in different directions. For example, if she decides to step away from a group conversation, it is not because she feels shy or out of place. It is because she has had enough noise and wants peace. If she chooses to speak, it is because she has something meaningful to add, not because she wants to be noticed. If she spends time alone, it is not out of isolation, but because she values a clear mind. Men find this incredibly intriguing because it shows discipline and maturity. They can tell she is not easily shaken or swayed. If everyone around her is chasing trends, she stays rooted in what feels right for her. If a crowd is moving in one direction, she is not afraid to stand still and think for herself. If someone tries to influence her with charm or pressure, she does not bend. She pauses, observes, and decides from a place of clarity. This purposeful way of moving makes her appear wise beyond her years. It sends a message without her speaking. It tells men she is guided by her own standards, not by fear or popularity. And because of that, people naturally trust her judgment. They feel that she knows where she is going, even if she does not announce it. A woman who moves with purpose reminds men of something very rare. Strength does not always roar. Sometimes it walks calmly, chooses quietly, and follows its own path with confidence. Number 6. Her aura feels unbothered. It is clear she does not need validation, and that freedom is magnetic. Number 7. There are certain people whose presence naturally raises the standard of a room, and a Sigma woman is one of them. She does not correct anyone. She does not lecture. She does not demand better behavior. Yet people still adjust themselves around her. Men especially feel this shift because her energy quietly communicates what she stands for without her saying a single word. What makes this so fascinating is that she does not try to create this effect. It happens because of the way she carries herself. Her posture is confident but not loud. Her tone is calm but firm. Her reactions are measured. Her attention is focused. All of this sends a message that she values respect, honesty, and self-control. And anyone who is not moving in that direction feels it immediately. For example, imagine she joins a conversation where people are gossiping or talking loosely. She does not join in. She does not pretend to be entertained. She simply observes with a thoughtful expression and keeps her words grounded. Within seconds, the tone of the whole group changes. People start choosing their words more carefully. They sit up straighter. The conversation suddenly becomes cleaner and more meaningful. She did not force anything, yet everything shifted. Men feel this effect even more. If a man is being too playful, too loud, or too careless, he becomes aware of it once he notices her calm presence. Without her saying a thing, he starts adjusting. He lowers his voice. He becomes more thoughtful. He becomes more intentional with his words. Her quiet standards make him want to do better, not out of fear, but out of respect. This is what makes her so intriguing. She influences people without trying to influence them. She makes people reflect without pointing out their flaws. She raises the room without asking for authority. Her standards are written in the way she lives, not in the rules she sets, and that is why men feel the need to act with more awareness around her. She does not demand excellence, but she inspires it. Number 8. She does not chase social excitement. Men notice she chooses peace over drama, which makes her mysterious. Most people move through life chasing noise. They want to be everywhere, involved in everything and surrounded by constant activity. But a Sigma woman values something different. She chooses peace. She chooses clarity. She chooses settings where she can breathe and think. This alone makes men pause because it shows a level of self-control and emotional maturity that is rare. She does not jump into every social moment just to feel included. If a gathering feels chaotic, she steps back. If a conversation is filled with tension, she listens quietly instead of adding more fuel. If people are arguing, she refuses to become another voice in the storm. Men notice this because it shows she is not driven by the need to be entertained. She is driven by the need to stay aligned with herself. For example, imagine everyone around her is chasing the next fun event or trending activity. She does not feel pressured to follow along. She would rather spend an evening reading, enjoying music, or having a deep conversation with someone who matters. This does not make her boring. It makes her intentional. It makes her selective. It makes her someone who refuses to trade her mental peace for temporary excitement. Men find this deeply mysterious because they are used to people who fear missing out. But she is comfortable missing out on things that add nothing to her growth. Her calm choices make men wonder what goes on in her mind. They find themselves curious about what she values and how she thinks. A woman who chooses peace instead of constant stimulation becomes someone worth watching closely. What makes her unforgettable is that she does not run from drama because she is weak. She avoids it because she is strong enough to protect her inner world. She knows that peace is not something you find. It is something you choose every single day. Men notice and they respect it. Her quiet love for peace makes her unpredictable, intriguing, and impossible to forget. Number 9. Her conversations have depth. Men notice she speaks only when she has something meaningful to add, and that makes her voice valuable. In a world full of noise, where people often speak just to be heard, a woman whose conversations have depth immediately stands out. Men notice this because she does not talk for the sake of talking. She speaks with intention. Every word she says carries weight, thought, and insight. Her voice becomes valuable not because it is loud or flashy, but because it is rare to hear someone express themselves with such clarity and meaning. She does not fill spaces with meaningless chatter. Instead, she listens first, understands what is being said, and then contributes something that genuinely matters. For example, in a group discussion, most people might interrupt with quick comments or jokes to get attention. She stays patient, observes carefully, and when she speaks, her point often changes the direction of the conversation. Men notice this naturally because they realize her words are worth listening to, and the energy she brings is different from anyone else in the room. Her depth is not just in serious topics. Even in casual conversations, she has a way of making everyday topics feel insightful. A simple comment about a book she read, an observation about human behavior, or a reflection on a small moment can feel profound. Men find themselves drawn to her perspective because it challenges them to think differently, yet it never feels forced. This kind of communication builds respect. People want to engage with her not just for entertainment, but for understanding. Men especially feel the difference because her attention and responses make them feel seen and understood. Her words have power because she does not waste them, and that scarcity makes them magnetic. What makes her unforgettable is that she does not try to impress. Her conversations have value simply because they are honest, thoughtful, and meaningful. Men notice this depth and realize that being around her is not just casual interaction. It is an experience that leaves an impression long after the words are spoken. Number 10. She has a calm confidence that disarms people. It makes men feel like she knows something they do not. There is a rare kind of confidence that does not shout or demand attention. It is calm, steady, and quietly assured. A woman who carries this kind of confidence disarms people the moment they meet her. Men notice it immediately because it makes them feel like she understands the world in a way they do not. It is not about being superior or mysterious on purpose. It is about moving through life with clarity, knowing her values, her limits, and her purpose, and letting that knowledge reflect naturally in her presence. For example, imagine a conversation where a man is trying to impress her with stories or opinions. Instead of reacting with awe or judgment, she listens calmly, smiles subtly, and responds with thoughtfulness. There is no need for exaggeration or showiness. That quiet composure makes men pause. It feels as though she holds an inner map of life that they have yet to discover. They sense she sees beyond surface appearances and catches details others miss. Her calm confidence also affects the energy in a room. People instinctively slow down, speak more thoughtfully, and pay closer attention. It is not imposed or forced. It happens naturally. Men feel challenged in the best way because her presence hints that she notices more than she lets on. She does not need to prove herself or dominate the conversation. Her quiet authority comes from self-awareness and mastery of her own emotions. What makes her unforgettable is that this confidence is magnetic without being aggressive. Men are drawn to her because it is rare to meet someone who can be both relaxed and commanding at the same time. It sparks curiosity, respect, and admiration. She makes men feel like there is a depth to her world that they have yet to touch. That sensation of intrigue, that sense of something just beyond reach, is why her calm confidence leaves a lasting impression. She does not need to announce it. It simply exists in the way she moves, speaks, and observes. Number 11. Her presence feels like a quiet challenge. Men sense that being around her requires authenticity and nothing less. There is a type of presence that does not demand attention, but still changes the energy of a room. A woman with this presence makes people notice without trying. Men feel it immediately. Being around her is not casual. It is subtly demanding in the most intriguing way. She does not push anyone, yet she makes it clear that only honesty and authenticity will do. There is no room for pretense, exaggeration, or superficial behavior. This quiet challenge is felt in small moments. A man might try to impress her with stories, jokes, or bravado, only to realize that she is not reacting the way he expects. She listens, observes, and responds in ways that test the truth of what is being said. He cannot fake interest, confidence, or knowledge around her because she sees deeper than appearances. Men sense that she can tell when someone is genuine and when they are not, and it is impossible to hide behind a mask. For example, imagine a casual conversation where someone is exaggerating their achievements. She asks questions naturally, without judgment, yet each question gently exposes the gaps between words and reality. The man realizes he must adjust. He must either drop the act or retreat. That is the kind of energy she carries, challenging, not confrontational, pushing people to bring their real selves forward. Her presence is magnetic because it creates a space where authenticity thrives. People feel tested in the best way, encouraged to match her depth and clarity. Men are drawn to her because she forces them to drop the facades they carry everywhere else. Being around her is like standing in front of a mirror that does not lie, and that is both unsettling and fascinating. What makes her unforgettable is that this quiet challenge is never aggressive. It is not about control, it is about standards. She demands truth without saying a word. Men notice, respect, and are intrigued by it. Her presence makes them aware that real connection requires honesty, and that makes her impossible to ignore. In final words, true presence is felt, not announced. When men meet a woman who carries herself with calm confidence, purpose, and quiet strength, they notice it immediately. It is not something she demonstrates or tries to show off. It is something that exists in the way she moves, listens, and interacts with the world. Men are drawn to the depth of her presence because it is real, consistent, and rare. Her energy is steady, her words are thoughtful, and her actions reflect intention. All of these subtle signals speak louder than any attempt to impress ever could. What makes her unforgettable is that she does not rush, she does not perform, and she does not manipulate. Men notice her ability to hold space, to allow silence, and to speak only when it matters. They notice how she influences without trying, how she makes people adjust themselves naturally, and how her calm demeanor challenges others to be authentic. There is a magnetic quality to someone who lives from clarity and self-awareness rather than noise and expectation. This combination of traits creates curiosity and admiration. Men sense there is a depth they have yet to understand, and that sense of intrigue is compelling. Her presence leaves an impression that lasts long after the conversation ends, because it is grounded in something real and unshakable. At the end of the day, what men notice first is the quiet power of authenticity. It is in the way she carries herself, the way she listens, and the way she allows life to unfold naturally around her. That is what makes her truly captivating, unforgettable, and impossible to ignore. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.